All right. Thank you everyone for coming along. I am guessing this will be the last one for the year because next week will be way too close to Christmas. But I'm hoping to do a lot of short YouTube videos between now and Christmas of all the things that I'm gonna make, that I dream that I'm gonna make, and all that I promise that I'm gonna make. So hopefully I'll let you guys know when they're on YouTube, and then hopefully I'm not much of a New Year's person, so I'm assuming I'll do one in between Christmas and New Year. New Year, I'm usually asleep by about 9, wake up, watch the fireworks at midnight and go to bed. So yes, terribly exciting woman I am. Not sure if you all saw the latest update that came through that has a timer now. So that was the update this week. So you can actually set your timer there and it counts down. Yeah, so I've got to work out the noise and stuff like that. I'm sure once I have a look in the settings and stuff like that, I'll check out the timer and stuff like that and have a read of the update. But tonight we are going to make, I got 10 kilo box of mangoes for a fundraiser for my daughter's synchronized swimming club. So I've been looking at a mango cappuccino, mango Swiss roll, all sorts of mango, but this time I decided mango daiquiri because I need one. Come along, dear. The internet here is a little bit dodgy, so I've had to go to my phone. Come along. It's gonna be good if I can't cook it. All right, so mango daiquiri.
That's my favourite.
Yeah, niece has made it a couple of times for us already, so I'm like, I already know it's going to taste good. So total time's only 10 minutes, 6 portions. We've got all our ingredients, measuring cup, and hints and tips. You can substitute your mango with any fruit you want. There we go. All right, so start cooking. 40 to 60 grams of raw sugar. Got my raw sugar. I always go less is more. So it's a good, there we go, 40. Let's stop measuring cup. And then, so 10 seconds, speed 9, shows me where 9 is. I have to learn where to stand with my new setup. All right, so we'll just go back. We'll show you as always. We have our beautiful sugar. All right, next 500 grams. Oh, actually, I've gone half. I'm going to do a half. Hang on. Let me go back. I am going to, because I already did it, I'm pretty sure. So cancel recipe. Now, there are 100 recipes where you can actually choose on the screen to halve it. The other way to do it, you know how you can change your portions now of your recipes. There are 100 set recipes so far. Obviously, there's 80,000 recipes in Cookie Doo, so they're going to get to them all eventually. But the ones that aren't of the 100, you can actually go into Cookie Doo itself, so either on your app or on your laptop. And when you change it, you actually go. It actually saves into your created recipes. So let's hope that does that. No, did it do it? Oh, I didn't do it. All right, I'll just go. So I've done the pumpkin curry, I've halved that, and then it pops into your created recipes. And then you can cook it from there. But let's go back. Obviously, I didn't do it. I'm dreaming of things that I've done. That's all right. Start cooking, raw sugar, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to halve by brain power. So, but if you actually get one of the recipes where it halves, or you know, where it allows you to halve, it will save it. It will just come up as is on your screen, rather than having to go into your created recipes. All right, 400 grams of ice cubes. So what I've actually done, I've got my ice from my brand new fridge. I'm so excited. Oh, cancel. Okay. Let's go back to there. Okay. 400 grams of ice cubes, and I've stuck it in a thermoserver to keep cold. So I'll have to do 200 grams. If we need to remember that we've halved. There we go. Next, insert measuring cup. So 20 seconds at speed 9. I've knocked the thing. Audio. Go. How's that? And then we'll just add the spotlight. Right. So next, 60 grams of white rum. So I just got ye olde Bacardi. No, I need 30 grams. Otherwise, I'm going to be on the floor before we even get done tonight. 30 and then 60 of Contro. So 30 as well. My favorite cocktail is Singapore Sling. What's everybody else's favorite? 30 grams of lemon juice.
Strawberry daiquiri.
Which one?
Strawberry daiquiri.
Oh, nice.
Strawberry daiquiri.
Strawberry daiquiri. Lovely.
Mojito.
Yeah, the mint. Go the mint.
Would you believe I've never had a cocktail?
Really?
Nope.
Even what about a mocktail?
Nope.
Oh wow. I mean, a mocktail is really just a smoothie anyway, a fruit smoothie. All right, 10 seconds, speed 9.
That might have to be on my New Year resolution things to try one.
And serve immediately. So obviously, if you want to use frozen mango and no ice, all right, let's do that there. That looks lovely. Pour it into some glasses, but no actual cocktail glasses. There's my cocktail. A lot of people love the the one with caffeine.
Espresso martini.
That's it. But I'm a very standard coffee person. My coffee must be hot and in a mug. I'm not a fan of adding it to alcohol. But lots of my friends love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, made a bloody mess again. All right, next. So we'll go back to my week and we're going to make the sticky toffee puddings. So we've got all our ingredients, all our sticky toffee, and you can see here how it's actually broken it down into sections. So this is what I talk about each time, where if you actually have something and you just wanted to make the puddings themselves, you can scroll down and see how it highlights. You can click on that step and it will take you to that step without you having to go next all the time. But we're going to start from the start. So although I have already done this bit, I've put the bowl on, put the pitted dates in a bowl. Where I'll put it? Too far, right in front of me. Put the pitted dates in the bowl, put the baking soda, set it aside, heated up the water to 100, poured the hot water on, and then let it soak. So I've already done those steps. Then the dariole molds. So I've got the Thermix ones, surprise, surprise. And these are the ones from the mix shop. And they actually fit, of course. So it says grease them. I actually don't grease them because what I do is actually twirl them around and they just normally drops out. So I put, let me tilt this down. There we go. So you get 8 in a container. So obviously I'm doing sticky toffee, but of course sticky date pudding is the best. And then you can do all sorts. There's ones where you put the jam in the bottom of the dariole mold and then you put the pudding on top. And then when you tip it out, the jam's on top. That's beautiful. There's also a banana one with a creme anglaise. A banana pudding in dariole molds with creme anglaise, butter, cream. And a 10-kilometre hike the next day. That's a good one for that. Just to wear it off. Right. I'll put the ball in. 60 grams of butter out of the fridge. Go. Milk. All right. So on the spatula, 60 grams of butter, 63. These popping in. There we go. 60 grams of soft brown sugar or brown sugar. So I've got just normal brown. Um, 60, there we go. 75 grams of golden syrup or honey. I'm never going to put honey in something I can put golden syrup in. Has anybody made steamed puddings before? In the Varoma?
Yeah, I've done the sticky date ones a couple of times and I've turned them into apricot ones as well.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, and it's good. They're good ones. And the other thing too, if you make them in little dariole molds, you can actually freeze them. Once in little batches once they're cooked, and then once you want to pull them out again, you can just make the sauce then, or you can freeze the sauce as well. So 40 grams of milk. 46, close enough. Okay. Right, so how to best tell that someone's been to Costco? Everything they have is massive. So it's a quarter of a teaspoon. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Big blob. But I love this one, the actual vanilla bean paste rather than the extract, because you want that, it's all about quality and flavor, and that's what you get with it. Okay, pop the basket on top. I'm going to be a badass. Don't have my basket today. So 7 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 2. And away we go. All right, has anyone got questions? I'm just going to have a sip of my mango daiquiri. It's super thick. But nice. Questions? No? All right, how about I show you what I was talking about with the changing of share screen. Share, right. So what we've got today is, so we've got the mango daiquiri, and we were talking about the portion sizes. So if you go here to serving size, most things now have an arrow, but I would do it on your laptop or your app. So you have circles here to say choose 2, 4, 6, 8 as to depending on the recipe what your options are, because of course if it's for 4 people, it's some things are not going to fit in the bowl if they double it to 8, but we can make it our own. So your recipe, your responsibility, and then it says it will appear in your created. So not all aspects will be scaled automatically. So things like if you need to steam something and it halves the water, that can be an issue. So you've got to think about what parts of the recipe can be halved. So let's start. Right, so mango daiquiri, there are our ingredients, 40, 500, 400, etc. So if we're going to halve to 3, yep, so that's halved it, right? And then we'll go 7. So that's extra, 580. Oh, and you can hover it over so you can see what it's changed. So if you're going through a recipe that has that steaming where you need that extra water, or it's something else, then you can see for yourself. And then when we decide and we say, yes, that's what we want, then we hit save and then done. And it's in my created recipes. So the pumpkin curry that I halved, pretty sure I halved. Oh, okay, so it doesn't show you, but it says 2 portions. Let's explore, because I want to show you one that has the options. Now I'm pretty sure, creamy. I'm pretty sure that the demo dishes are done. Creamy pork or nut chicken curry, TM6. That's my favorite. Okay, so serving size 6 portions. Okay. Oh, not available for this recipe. Oh, I just made a liar out of myself. Let's go back, see if it's in this one. Ah, there we go. So it's not the TM6 one, it's the normal one. So you've got 4, 6, and 8. So you've got the choices there of what it will let you to change, allow you to change it. 2. So 8. So the serving size has been changed to 8 portions. And then I'm going to click on cook today and go to my week. And if I open it, there it is at 8 portions. Whereas if I go back to my recipes created, let's put the mango daiquiri as cooked today. So then there should be 2 mango daiquiri recipes. The one that I haven't changed, so it's 6 portions. And the one I have changed, where it's 3 portions. And you can see that you can actually tell the difference because the one that I've changed has got a little yellow bar at the bottom of the square. So you can see that it's changed there.
It's also got your picture in the top right-hand corner.
Oh, it does too. It does too. Yes. I really need to change that picture. But anyway. But with mangoes, I want to show you this. Has anyone made a Swiss roll before? This actually doesn't look too difficult. So with my 10 kilos of mango, I want to give that a whirl. All right. Share. Okay. Were there any other questions? Oh, we're down to 56 seconds. So that's good. I timed that all right. Yeah, I'll pause for a second and see if there are any questions. Nope. Cool. All right. So we'll do this. So this makes the so we've got the batter and the sauce as well. Now the other thing too, you can actually preview all the next steps as well. And then we're at, so I've previewed up step 20. I can click on that and go back to it. I'll just grab my jug. These are very groovy Homo server jugs. Yes. Okay. Serving jug and then cool. There is our sauce. Put it in. So the only issue with that lid is it pops down. So I kind of just lean the bowl up against it. And I'm not sure if I've shown you all. Let's turn this a bit. Okay, scraping out. So we all know the flick that if you have, I'll show it as well with the batter. You either, in the old machines, you dial it up to, you either turbo it or dial it up to 10. This one I dial up to 10, which then flicks all the stuff off. And then I scrape around and I'll show you it better. Yeah, I'm not doing very good with that. There we go. I'll do it more with the batter because there really is a good skill of getting as much out of the bowl as possible, especially if you've got a really yummy batter or a dip or something like that. There's no reason to waste. All right, so then I am loving this recipe because it didn't say Wash the bowl. Yay. Okay, place the reserve dates and the soaking water. In we go. 40 grams of butter. Unsalted, cut into pieces. 44. Okay, so 110 grams of dark brown sugar or brown sugar. So I actually have both brown and dark brown. You can see there. So I'll use the dark brown that it asks for. But obviously, if you've got the one that you prefer, 150 grams of flour. Just do that. There, please. $15. There we go. Next, half a teaspoon of baking powder. So I just use that one. That was what was on the shelf at the time. 1 large egg, already cracked. And insert measuring cup. And 20 seconds, speed 5. Yeah. So if you wanted to, you could actually use a cake pen, a cupcake pen, but I think this is probably thick enough. Okay enough that we can, it's going to, great. Okay. Quite get it all. All right. So what you can do is all of them will pop up upright when you put baking paper and sit it on top, and that actually holds it as it rises. So then you get a flatter surface. But I'm not gonna do circles today. Just show you. Okay, so what we've got left is that you can see what's on the blades. So you would scrape out that. Right. So I always scrape around to get what I can. I'll just put this in. And then to get what's on the blades, I'm going to throw it back in the machine. Jump out of the recipe and you can see the little bookmark symbol. You can come back. I'm going to dial it up to 10. For less than a second, That's the flick. It flicks it off. Press our little bookmark. It takes me back to where I was. And there we have, it is flicked off the blades. So then what we do is we hang our bowl from our thumb. Now, obviously, if the pins are hot, you want to hold up here, but the pins aren't hot for this one. So I'm just holding the whole bowl. Now, let's get this straight so that we can do it. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, the spatula itself here and here is actually made for the bowl. Let's tilt that a bit. You want to go right up against the side and the base and go 12 to 6, scrape 12 to 6, and then go right up against the side and go 12 to 6. So you're actually, it's kind of like the old wax on, wax off. You're turning that way, then you're turning it around and you're turning it here towards yourself. Then I'll scrape that bit out. And then we've still got some around the blades themselves. See that? So I want to use this part of my spatula for the base and up against the blades. So I want to go behind a high blade, press up against the blades there, and go 12 to 6. Obviously the inside one is not as stable because we're doing it up against the blade. But then 12 to 6. And if I just scrape this out, I want to show you. So it's the same thing, wax on, wax off. There we go. I want to show you how clean. Obviously, I could scrape a little bit more and get it a little bit cleaner. But that, if you had a dip and scraped around and then back and then up against the blades, around 12 to 6, turn it round and back towards yourself, you get 3 or 4 a couple of tablespoons worth of dip out of that. Okay, rinse the mixing bowl. Let's do that quickly. And of course, if you've scraped out enough, there's less to rinse, so the bowl is cleaner. I'll try and repeat that again over my videos because it does take a bit of time to remember. Always use the method you show me how to scrape the bowl. Awesome. Oh, I'm glad, Caroline. Excellent. Yeah, and especially, you know, the spatula is made for the bowl. Okay. Next, 700 grams of water. Seven. All right, set the varoma in position. So we just need the lid, no MC. So I've actually really only got 7. You could probably maybe make them a little bit less each. Pop that on top. There'll have to be a picture of our puddings, but we can keep talking and I'll show you a few other puddings. I'd actually do it outside the molds. I do it once it's done and then maybe even wrap them in Glad wrap, because then you're not going to have that freezer burn. because you might end up not using them from the Dariol molds, and you might want the molds again. So I'd probably say pop them out and then freeze them. All right, let's explore. I'm going to put in cocktail. And let's see what's in there. There's actually a Christmas one that I saw the other day, which was like a peppermintini or something. Obviously my internet's not, I'll need to get a booster. Go down here. There you go, mojito style. The lychee sorbet cocktail is lovely. Cocktail sauce, like that's what we were talking about. Hang on, let's go to filters. Click on drinks and take Australia away. So 356. Snow cocktail, tropical. Well, there you go. There's another espresso cocktail, iced tea. Let me see if I can find that Christmas one as well. Bellini, that's quite a in vogue at the moment. Oh, Halloween cocktails. There was actually, it's not a cocktail, might be a cocktail. There was one with, it's called zombie something. That was kind of cool. Let's see if we can. Christmas. So there's Christmas punch. That wasn't what I was talking about. However, so punch is really good. I actually got one my mum did that I might create a recipe for. All right, Christmas punch. Or I'll type in Christmas drinks. So eggnog, mulled wine. So obviously mulled things are better for Christmas in July rather than Christmas in Australia. There it is, peppermintini. Oh, one for every day of the year. Yeah. Oh, sangria. That sounds nice. Okay. So candy canes, milk chocolate, vanilla flavored vodka. Oh, and white chocolate liqueur. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm not much of a creamy cocktail person. That does sound nice. What else we got? Oh, white wine punch. And so slow gin, I don't know if you can actually access the slow berries here in Australia. You probably have to go to a British grocer and see if they can get them in. Same with the elderberry. Elderberry is quite a popular thing now. If you actually wanted to make something with elderberry flowers, I think you'd have to try and source them. Yeah. So those grape pearls, I found flavor pearls in the IGA. The Good Grocer IGA has flavored pearls and they're amazing. You can get like different flavors. Strawberry, I think there was yuzu, which I'm not sure what I'd use for. But they're worth trying as well for something fun. Oh, and the frozen Turkish delight martini is apparently amazing. Yes, definitely makes statement. It's really, really cool. And Bianca is obviously Grace's daughter, and they run Thermix in Australia together. There's a Rudolph's mocktail. So there's some really cool ideas for different things, you know, sort of out of the box. And Roses with Love, so you can actually buy rose petals that you can eat, edible rose petals, sorry. So they're a thing as well. Same thing, I Good Grocer IGA, I found that at. What else? Well, hopefully that's giving you a bit of inspiration. Oh, and then you have your gin and cucumber icy poles for Boxing Day when you're recovering, or New Year's Day. Okay. All right. So we've still got 23 minutes. So I will show you. Let me show you a picture of what it should look like. No, let's go back to share screen. Although you probably should have, you did see a picture before. Wait. So there's your sticky toffee puddings. So like I said, if you want them flat on the bottom here to serve, is put your baking paper in a circle. Yeah, they're not risen yet. I can't show you. And that really helps. Let's see if that's actually in the tips and tricks. Blah, blah, blah. Ramekins, espresso cups, glasses, silicone. Yep. Pouring cream or ice cream. There you go. Extra sauce keeps well in a sterilized jar in the fridge for up to 3 months. So that'll be all right. You can freeze your puddings and then just bring them out each night when you want one. So that's from so Fabulous Flavor on Every Level is a steaming cookbook from Switzerland. So, and don't forget, you can look things up on Cookie Do with tags. Oh, cooking for students. So there's a lot that I haven't, tags that I haven't used, like, you know, the ones I normally use of like dinner or party or Christmas or gluten-free or dairy-free or something like that. But there's lots and lots of different tags that you can find things when you're searching through Cookie Do. All right. How would you look something up using it? Oh, tag. All right. Let me share screen again. Okay. So when you hit explore and you just hit search, so does everybody have 10,000 results when they hit search, or do you have 3,000? To get 10,000, you go to your profile and you make sure that you set your filter preferences for English as your language and country as all. Because when you first get your Cookie Do in Australia, that you just have the Australian recipes, which is about 3,000 recipes. But of course, we're all more. Okay, so let us, we've hit search. Let's go to filters. So you've got ingredients. When you actually put ingredients in, let's go for carrot. You've actually got to select it and see how it comes up here. If you haven't actually typed it in and selected that ingredient, it won't do it. And then tags are here. So then you've got a few that they recommend, but you can, so Christmas has 1,100 recipes, Christmas and New Year. So you can do gluten-free or contains gluten. or gluten dash free. So they're probably from another country. And then you can go non-dairy, dairy-free, contains dairy or non-dairy. There's a cool vanilla day. So party, or you can go Halloween, 157. Kids in the kitchen, kids lunchbox. Oh, let's go. Lunch, Sunday lunchbox. So there's 589. And then you just click on that. And it gives you all sorts of ideas. Obviously, the more things you put in there, the more reduced it will come up with. The less things, or the more specific things it will come up with. Carrot cake, that looks nice. Breakfast rolls. I'm actually going to experiment with acai, because my daughter and I went to, there's a place in Fremantle that makes like smoothies in a thinking I can do better than that, because it was just fruit, granola, acai, and some more fruit on top. So I'm like, I can definitely do better than $16 for that. So that's something I'm going to try and do over summer as well. Any other questions of things that you want to look up, or is everyone ready, getting ready for Christmas? I'm making the little pavlova nests, or baskets, whatever you want to call them, about that, you know, one person size, with like a little shelf on it, so you can put things in. And so I'm going to make a stack of those, and then have things like chocolate and cream and kiwi fruit and all that sort of stuff for people to put on for dessert. That's a good way of doing it, and you can cook it ahead of time. Cheaper to make your own vanilla paste. Vanilla paste I would buy. You can do your own vanilla paste, but apparently it's cheaper to get it from Bali, and I never go to Bali. So it's quite expensive to buy the actual vanilla pods to make your own paste. That's probably the one thing you definitely can, but yeah, not sure whether it would turn out cheaper or not. Glass pantry, $4 each. Oh, for the pods. Good Lord. Yes, no, definitely. Buy. Buy that one. Or the other one, the one in Woolies and Coles, is about half the size, and it's black, and you can also buy them in little tubs and stuff, but great quality. Fruity pan mince pies. Oh, yum. It smells lovely. Oh, yes, it's good to work out what you can make ahead of time, because that really helps as you're getting closer to the day, of not getting all frantic and crazy. So I'm going to definitely make my, what else am I going to make? Oh, I'm going to make the classic noodle salad. Has everybody had the Chang's fried noodle, and you make the salad from the back of the packet? Yum. Made it for years and years and years. Yeah, Chang's fried noodles in Coles or Woolies. And you use wombok, cabbage, and spring onion and stuff like that. It's just absolutely amazing, even though it's the things are from a packet and their recipes on the back of the packet. It's definitely worth doing. And then that, and then what else am I going to make? I can't remember. Luckily, I'm not on turkey or ham this year. Not really my specialty, I have to admit.
Anyone suggest good glazes for ham? Because I've got the ham to do.
Okay. I have seen a few. I've only done a couple. So I tell you the other week, the only time I've ever glazed a ham was when I just moved in with my hubby. And the Woolies magazine said buy a 7-kilo ham. So I did. And then so everybody took home huge chunks of ham. Red and green shortbread. Oh, yes, nice. That's a really good one, that one. The red and green shortbread. Ham. There's actually a few in Cookie Dough, the ham glazes. But I like the idea of orange. That's a nice one. Yeah, I've made the red and green shortbread a couple of times now, but I haven't done the white chocolate on it. I actually took it to a judge's thing, and they all preferred it without the chocolate on it. So, and they asked for it again next time we have a competition. What else? Oh, highly recommend the biscotti. That is beautiful. You just got to have a lovely sharp knife to cut it thinly when you finish, and don't make your biscotti with the chopped chips in it, because it just turns into mush because you're cutting through the biscotti, and the chocolate is melted and it just turns to mush. So I definitely make biscotti, no chocolate. The biscuits came out probably, just make sure it's a very solid log that you make with the shortbread, and then definitely cut it with a serrated knife and thin. The first lot I made were way too chunky, much thinner. But yeah, they're beautiful, but definitely they are a biscuit that needs a plate when you have a cup of coffee. There's lots of crumbs everywhere, but definitely worth making. Definitely worth making, but just make it a real solid log and refrigerate. Oh, skinny mixers. Yes, she's amazing, absolutely amazing. I love the fact that we have so many Australian creators out there making their own recipe books and stuff like that. They're fantastic. What else? Oh, and I also make white Christmas, but I make it with, I don't like raisins. So I make it with craisins, with the cranberries, and it's just so much better. And and to get the what are they called? The because the one that I do has glacé apricot and glacé pineapple and all that sort of stuff. I go to like things like the Pantry Man. They usually have them in stock. Woolies and Coles only have the glacé cherries. Last week. Oh yes, the barbecue one as well. Baked Christmas pudding cheesecake. Oh, nice. That sounds good. A cheesecake. Anzac biscuits. I'm going to have to invite people over and make it for them, so that then they'll eat it. Otherwise, it'll be just me. All right. Do you want to hang for another 10 minutes and see the puds? Otherwise, you're more than welcome to dash. Let us see what else we've got. The other thing too, what I might do is let's just see if the countdown. All right, timer works when you're cooking. So you could be timing something else as well. So that's good. And it's minutes and hours. And seconds. I just hadn't quite worked it out whether to, because it does the countdown, but I hadn't worked out how to do the sound on it. Oh, so we've got two minutes. Let's check that out. I have to admit I haven't spent a lot of time on the timer as yet. And then don't forget that the cutter is coming. Booking demos from the 12th of January. It's going to be a host award for January, half of January and all of February. It's going to be amazing. Having that one time where I made a potato bake. I think I did a kilo or something of potatoes in half a minute. It was crazy. Really cool. So it's going to have a slicer into widths and shredder in 2 widths as well, which is fantastic, which is what we've all been wanting. So, you know, in the last few months, they've done the change of portion sizes. We're going to get a cutter, lots and lots and lots of added stuff, and I don't even know what else is coming. It's funny sitting here watching something count down. All right. And advertising, every time that I do, check out if you are on trifle mode and you don't have a special one that your family has handed down, the chocolate brownie trifle is just amazing, absolutely amazing. Definitely worth making. Yeah, see, it didn't. I'm gonna need to find out what happens with our music with that one. Ooh. Let me just show you. Can you see them sticking up the top? Put less batter in. Bring that over. Less batter, and pop your wet baking paper, because that will definitely help. Yeah, look how much they've risen. So, handy hint to young players: don't use my mistakes. Put in less. If you haven't got enough to fill 8, you've put too much in the other ones. Let me get a plate. So light blue one. And then we've got the sauce that we made earlier. It smells gorgeous. And for the kids too, don't forget the, where you pour the humidifiers, you can do that as well. Okay. Soon to go. 4 a.m. start. Oh, stop that. Does everyone want to wait for the 5 minutes, or you're happy? Nearly there. Nearly there. And the other thing too is you can make your own brown sugar. Oh, might as well stay. Yeah. We're nearly there. Let's have a look. Let's just share screen again. And sugar. Be good if I could spell. Oh, highly recommend as well the brown sugar Kamara cake. That's actually sweet potato. and it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
I can
So
vouch for
dark
that.
brown,
Lovely.
yeah. You've had that one.
Yep.
That's a really good one. And the icing as well. It's just perfect. Oh, there we go. Yes, my internet's not perfect. Boost. And it's lovely. This look at it. Sugar and molasses. So you can make just sure about the as soon as we're going to be all in, and especially if people want to learn specific things, because I know that things like making bread and making even pavlova, demystifying that bread, making pasta, all sorts of things, even making some simple things that people haven't done before. You just never know. So give me some ideas if you'd like to see them and do that. And then, of course, once I've got my hot little hands on the cutter, I'll also have people over. 2 more minutes. So I've got a bit of work to do, but I have a big plan. I'm going to sketch out a plan for next year and let people know in advance what we're making and practice up, because I really enjoyed making the macarons, but I'd like to do them again and really start perfecting them because that was a lot of fun, that one. And even doing my own pastry. I've not done a lot of pastry. I've been to classes where we've made it, but not actually done it at home. 1 more minute. And we're done. All right. Well, thank you for coming along tonight, ladies. It's been really nice, and yeah, good chat. And although I'm doing most of the chatting, that actually looks funny with my little Rudolph sitting up the top there. All right, nearly done. Down to the last minute.
Lady Cave. I love that, Caroline.
Lady Cave.
Yep. Yes. And I'm gonna, put things up on the walls, and it's gonna be a real den for the gals. And I'm a scrapbooker as well, so I want to have my scrapbooking friends over too. Do a bit of crafting and eating, of course, as always. All right.
Lisa, have you actually got one of those grazing fox things?
I do.
Mm.
I do. So yeah, I still haven't played with that yet either. That looks really fantastic.
They look like
Okay,
they've got
next.
a see-through lid or something. Is that right?
It does. Yeah, it does. And it's lid, and then you can just put like your little bowls with dip and stuff like that in it, and put all the other stuff.
Okay.
All right, let's pop that off. So we always flip our lid upside down to keep our bench clean. All right, Let's do one that's not quite crazy. She might just, it's a bit warm. So what I do is I just roll it gently. And this one might make a layer out of me. Let's see. Oh, probably need to leave them sit for a couple of minutes, I'd say, and then roll it out. But, yep. But you can see, so that one's a little bit flatter. So I would definitely put that baking paper on top. But yeah, give them a couple of minutes, roll them out. And then pour your sauce on. Not quite the same as the picture, but it will go down just the same. There we go. Alrighty. And then next, serve warm. Awesome. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming along tonight. Oh yeah, they smell
Oh, the jug
beautiful.
too.
Yeah, it's very groovy. And that's actually great. The taller one is great for gravy at Christmas. Keeps it warm, which is really good. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for coming along, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So hopefully I'll do one. I won't do one next Thursday because it'll be too close to Christmas, but I'm definitely going to try and do some videos during the week and pop them on Facebook and YouTube, and then do something in the new year. And I'll put a nice big schedule up as well. Yes. Merry Christmas to everybody. And
Thanks,
have a
Lisa.
lovely one. No worries. And fingers crossed it's not 40 degrees.
True. Merry Christmas. See you soon.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for coming along.
Bye.
Have a good
Merry
one.
Christmas. Bye.
Bye.